Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Brews and Reviews. I am your host, Michael Oden from Nine Realms Publishing, and my co-host here is Buddy Lord from Blade Knight Studios, writer of Sins of the Fae. Today we are going to be reviewing Eric Weathers' Battle Brick Road. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. But before we do that, I'll let Buddy talk a little bit about his project, and then I'll talk about mine. Because today is a big day for my most recent campaign. So go ahead, Buddy.
I am the writer for Sins of the Fae, which is a book about when a young mother who has to fight for her happily ever after, or when fantasy begins to turn to nightmare and gods rise to destroy all worlds.
Outstanding.
And
then I believe I have his link in the description of the video. If I do not, I will take care of that here when the stream is over. It's been kind of crazy because, as I said, today is kind of a big day because today is the day that I'm closing down SPQR's Bizarre Adventure. So what we'll do real quick is we'll share the screen here. All right, so we're currently at $8,296, raised by phenomenal 143 backers. It'd be great if we could push this past 150 and get us to 9K here by the end of the day at the very least.
Come on, boys and girls.
We are so close. We're only $800 away, and we have some great value on here. We also made a pretty big update here today showcasing the progress of how everything's going. We got a new page from Kari from the 7-page Awe. We've got some new recolored pages from Elysian Fields, and we talk a bit about the Embrace 2 sign-up, which is live.
We have Nefarious in the room.
Oh, we've got Nefarious in the chat. Yeah, we have a viewer. Whoa! I did a terrible job of pre-promoting this. I have been juggling a lot this past week. There's been a lot of work. And today is, as I said at the beginning of the stream, today is when we are going to be closing down SPQR. It's going to be exciting times. So
better drink that lemon juice, man. Lemon juice and water. Keep those vocal cords nice and ready to go.
No kidding. I'm already kind of feeling the strain a little. Got into a little bit of a shout match with Sim over the Snyderverse. It was fun.
Oh yeah, he was very, very dissatisfied that we did not agree with his opinion.
But anyways, point is, this is your last chance to get SPQR. We've had fantastic support for this campaign. I'm so excited for people to finally get this book. It's going to be a blast. You don't want to miss out. And if you missed out on any of our previous entries, this is also a great place to catch up as we've completely remastered the Elysian Fields series. And we have the Embrace, and we also have the Embrace plushie, which can help you through the darker times of the book. As another last reminder, we have the last two pieces of Dean James's original art from the first book, which is prior to his incredible level up. It's quite the collector item, as Dean James is one of those rising stars that seems to have kind of a glass ceiling in terms of his improvement. He is just constantly getting better and better, folks. And the second book is just going to blow this first one out of the water. And if you can get a hold of those pages, you definitely want them. And all of the funds from these pages go directly into production of the Embrace 2. Now, with that, this is not why we are here. We're here to talk about Eric Weathers' Battle Brick Road. Now, in the chat, as we said, we have Nefarious here, giving us at least one viewer, but we have been joined by Jason Bascom from Unhinged Comics. Welcome, Jason. Thank you for giving us 2 viewers what a stellar time we're having so far. This is all due to my poor planning, and I apologize to Eric Weathers that I did not do a better job with this. But I am actually very excited to talk about this book because I am not going to lie to you. I did not have incredibly high expectations going in. But before we get there, let me just say that the drink that we are enjoying today is Arthur's Last Journey. This is an independent brew by Mason Ale.
So what is this supposed to kill you?
I don't know. Oh, we got Pixel in the chat. Hello, Pixel. Let's take this first sip here.
It's a spirit of the gut.
It is bitter. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know if that's going to be. Oh. It's a pastry stout. So I guess I should have expected that a bit. I normally like stouts. This was it's weird because I most stouts have they taste like almost espresso, but this has a weird sweetness that frankly is off-putting. But we'll finish it. I'm never one to let beer go to waste.
Bitter and sweet? So is it like German chocolate?
Kind of nefarious to say you're a pastry, and you're probably not inaccurate. Just look at these puffy cheeks. I'm going to be working on that a bit over the summer, trying to get back in shape. But anyways, to the main event. We are here to talk about Battle Brick Road. Now,
who is the writer? Because we keep talking about Eric Weathers, and I know he's lettered everything, and he did illustrate this, but he did not write
here's
it.
The deal is that he's actually not the writer on this. He's the artist. I think that he helped out with the story, but the writer is Zeb Hatfield. And Zeb, I gotta tell you, I'm impressed. When I backed this book, I backed for pretty much why everyone else backed when I backed was the reveal of this Kenneth Rocafort cover of the Battle Brick Road version of Scarecrow. I was sold on that. That's why I got it. I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. Wizard of Oz books, especially at this point in time, were kind of not my cup of tea. I enjoy Wizard of Oz.
That the GIF of the Revenge of the Nerds, where the one big jock goes, nerds!
Yeah, pretty much. At this point in time, if I'm recalling correctly, there were 4 or 5 crowdfunding campaigns with Wizard of Oz themes going on. Eric's not going to be on this stream. I said that we were going to be talking about Eric Weathers' Battle Brick Road. I didn't say that he was going to be here.
He's here in spirit, don't you know?
He's here in spirit. Hopefully not scowling on us. And Ted Lehman has joined us as well.
Do you miss his modeling his hair?
Yeah, right.
Slightly to the right and flicking his fingers.
Anyways, point is that when I backed this, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for it. It had great art. Story seemed fine, but as I said, I will give a spoiler warning when I start talking about actual spoilers. Yes. But as it stands right now,
Eric didn't write it.
Yeah, that's so far the only spoiler that is. This isn't written by Eric Weathers. This is drawn by Eric Weathers, and Eric does a fantastic job, and I'll get there. So when I got this, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. But the big thing that keyed me in that this was going to be more than I expected was there's a foreword in here written by the writer who is a Kansas native. And he talks about what Wizard of Oz meant to him and his state and his community. And this kind of got me to perk my eyebrow up a little bit. It's okay, so this isn't just your standard we're shoehorning in a popular series to kind of do our own take. This is an actual passion project. And let me tell you, they delivered. Eric Weathers' art is very solid in this. It's very good. The paneling's great. But the way that they take the classic Wizard of Oz story and kind of turn it on its head as into this kind of like sci-fi post-apocalyptic shtick. It's been done before, but this is a very fresh take on it. It's very enjoyable, and I will definitely, if they do intend on doing a second book, I will definitely be picking up the second part of this story, which I'm hoping that they do. They definitely leave it open-ended for that. Now, at this point in time, for people like Nefarious who are asking for spoiler warnings, this is where I'm going to actually talk about what's going on in this book, and get into the actual spoiler territory and what really sets this apart. Normally, I do these reviews with a military-style AAR in mind, where I go 3 sustains and 3 improves. No, but I don't mean to say this as like the book is perfect. No book is perfect, but I really only have one note that comes to mind, and that is that so much of the promotion of this relied on the Scarecrow, and he is not in here enough for that. And so that's really the only note I have as far as a improve. It's, if you're going to have this guy be like the poster child of selling your book, should probably be in here for a bit more than what he is. So that being said, we're going to go in and dive into Battle Brick Road and what makes it different. Now, as far as what this story is it's pretty much a retelling of Wizard of Oz. It is taking the basic concepts of Wizard and shifting them to fit this, sci-fi post-apocalyptic world where Dorothy is looking for her dad. And she ends up getting to Oz and everything. And it's a very different take. She is working with a paramilitary organization. Toto isn't a dog. It's like a cybernetic bodyguard robot that makes dog noises from time to time to like kind of throw in that Easter egg of like Toto doing an occasional bark. And the art in here is great. Let me see if I can't find a good page to show off here that doesn't give away too much of anything. But, I mean, like, here's some example of some of the interior art. Like, these are the way that the sequentials are laid out are solid, and while they are basic, they aren't boring. There's genuine thought being put into how to structure the page. The panels flow very well. Here's another example of some pretty good interiors. This guy right here, you don't really know. We don't find out too much about this guy, but I kind of think that this guy might be a Tin Man. I don't know. You also have this guy here on the cover. That's probably the Tin Man. That could be the Tin Man as well. I'm not exactly sure. This guy does not appear at all in the book, although he is like really cool. But yeah, where things start to get interesting is, so they find a signal to Dorothy's dad in Kansas, and like this book takes place in like a post-apocalyptic wasteland future, and Kansas is like just a giant hole of dust. It's a very cool like sci-fi take on the whole dust incident that happened in like the dust famine and everything that happened back in the 1930s, that happened during the period of time that the film was done, where you had a lot of states having a lot of issues growing crop and everything because of these dust storms. Having a very nice nod to that. And then when they're flying into it, a storm comes up on their ship's radar, and the storm is filled with like the flying monkeys who have been upgraded as, yes, the Dust Bowl, Pixel Trader. The the flying monkeys have been upgraded to like giant sapiens, and like they're kind of horrifying, and they just start tearing the ships apart. And then she makes it out of there with Toto in like an escape pod, and when she comes to, she's in Oz, and everyone knows that obviously Dorothy gets approached by the Munchkins initially, and the way that they handle this is genuinely interesting, where effectively the witches are 3 separate AIs designed by the wizard to run specific sections of Oz. And the Wicked Witch of the East is the AI in charge of the sector that the Munchkins are in. And she got them all on mind control things. And so the first story is Dorothy going up against the Wicked Witch of the East and taking her out. And it's really fun. The design of the Wicked Witch, you can actually see on the back. This is what the Wicked Witch of the East looks like. Let me see if I can find.
So it's not really an AI; it's a robot.
Yeah. Well, it's described as an AI, and it's got like a robotic form.
I mean, okay, I'm not going to get too far into it, I guess, but it's like if it's an AI and it has in the central column is supposed to be, central processor is supposed to be the wizard, which I'm guessing he's probably either a techno, some sort of techno wizard or an AI himself.
We don't know yet. I have theories on who I think it probably is, just based off of like the basic storytelling that's done in here. But like this is her over on in theirs. This is the Wicked Witch of the East. And you just get a great, this great showdown where she ends up getting taken to the Wicked Witch of the East, and they have a face off, and she signals the like homing beacon to her emergency pod that she got there with, and it crashes on her. So you have the whole Wicked Witch of the East gets crushed by the house. From that point on, she gets the message about following the yellow brick road to make it to the Emerald City, which is rumored to be lost. And that's where the book ends, is her going off on this and eventually coming into interact with the Scarecrow, who comes in like the last 3 or 4 pages of the book, saving her and being like, hey, if you want to live, we need to go. Pulling effectively, like the Terminator, come with me if you want to live kind of deal. As they're dealing with a massive just shit show. We've got Warren here in the chat. I believe this is Warren Sapir from Twitter. I could be wrong, but I think so.
Greetings, good people.
Yes, greetings, good people indeed. Very sophisticated. Thank you. Oh God.
So what is the inciting? Because you say her father's missing. Is that
yes
happen in the book? Is that like the inciting event? Okay.
So the inciting event of the book is you kind of start off and it's in the present day, and then they do a flashback to the daughter is with her dad and they're trying to escape Kansas on this like hover vehicle, and the vehicle gets like shot down. The dad has Toto take the daughter and get her to safety, and he gets captured by the people chasing him, and they fly off. And so the daughter has been looking for her dad ever since. So it's very well done. It's just got very solid pacing. The character interactions are good. All of the characters have personalities. At least the one like it. And
what are the characters?
Well, so far, really, there's only Dorothy. Like she's got her uncle and her aunt, like she does in the show, and they kind of run the paramilitary organization
Okay.
that she goes out with. But like, you don't really know her dad's name. Like the dad is your stereotypical dad. He comes off as a very good father. You know, he's trying to protect his daughter. He's doing all this stuff. There's definitely an air of mystery to him. And then you've got, you know, her uncle and her aunt who run everything back east that, you know, she's reporting to at the beginning of the book. But really, outside of that, you know, you don't really have a lot of full-on characters outside of Dorothy. She interacts with a whole bunch of minor characters, munchkins and everything like that, but they're not there to be like mainstays. Like we're going to know a lot about Scarecrow. He's obviously set up to be a key character because he's one of the actual party of Oz. And so far you really only have Dorothy and Toto. And I would say that Toto is absolutely a character in this. He's got his own personality, the way that he works. We got Naf's. Sorry, Frequent Squirrel needed me to help her with something important. Did I miss anything meaningful? Or has it just been Odin talking the whole time? Right. I showed off some art and everything. I gave the spoiler warning. So like you're officially in like the spoiler territory, Nef. I'm going through. Pixel Trader is going. So her dad is the wizard now. That's certainly how it looks. I think that her dad is going to be revealed to be the wizard. But I could be wrong. Like at the end of the day, they've laid some very solid foundation. But I mean, you also, just because you lead solid foundation for one thing doesn't mean that there aren't other possibilities, right? Like,
I'll give you. I have just two ideas. The wizard is one. I think it could also be the Tin Man because the Tin Man requires a heart, right? She is her father's heart.
And that's fair. That's another good concept. But we'll have to see. As I said, you don't really see much of any of the characters that really sold me on buying the book, which is really like my only qualm that I have is I bought the book because I saw the design of Scarecrow and I was like, that's fucking cool. Like at the very least, that will entertain me. And the book's very good.
Bait and switch.
This character does not show up until the very end. It's really interesting because like Sci-Fi did a show called The Tin Man years ago with Zooey Deschanel. And it almost feels like he's doing a similar type thing, except like more like sci-fi military based than what Tin Man was doing. And like instead of
by the sort of cynical approach that it's portraying, I'm gonna guess that Tin Man is a vicious killer.
I don't know, because like if Tin Man is this thing here, he kind of just looks like an automat, he just kind of looks like an automaton. And Warren's saying, I remember when Sci-Fi did that show. Yes, no, I thought it was a very solid show. And I liked the concept of like Tin Man. The Tin Man was like a colloquial term for like a police officer. Is like the lawman, you know, because that's what the Tin Man was in there. But like this kind of feels like this is
Tintin.
What the Scarecrow is in this. Is like you see him and he's like hanging out in the cornfields fighting off all these monsters with like a high caliber sniper rifle and like a sickle tomahawks.
Tomahawks?
Yeah, like Call of Duty tactical tomahawks that you see in those games that like they don't actually use.
So that's probably you're saying that's the Tin Man or that's the Scarecrow?
That's what the Scarecrow is presenting.
I was about to say, yeah, because
that's
a tomahawk because he was a woodsman that used axes.
Yeah. Pixel Trader says the Tin Man is a protocol droid, and that doesn't surprise me.
He probably knows that from the DNFQE, which is a vastly underrated show that really needs more people to see it.
Which one is that? Is that drawn? Is that
The Drawn
That's
and
not Jordan
Quarter
Quarter.
fan edition, yeah, by
Oh
Pixel
yeah,
and those guys.
that show is awesome. I got to be on there not too long ago, and it's a blast. If anyone in here is a if anyone in here is a comic book creator, which I obviously know Neff is, and you haven't been on Pixel Trader's Drawn and Quarter show, hit him up because it's good. It's a fun time. D-Wags is in the chat. Neff brought me. I mean, thanks for coming, D-Wag. I'm sorry that I wasn't enough of attraction to bring you. Granted, you did just suffer through me weaving out for a little bit over at Sugar Christmas this morning. So, I mean, everyone's got their limits. But
Okay,
anyways,
so what is all right? So we've gone over the inciting event. We've gone over, what like the characters, the basic characters, and you've gone over the basic story, and you've kind of given your projection for it. I mean, it's got to go into obviously getting to the characters, right? Scarecrow, Tin Man, and everybody else, and then finding the wizard, going on the Yellow Brick Road, all that kind of good stuff. So where do you think we're gonna have a happy ending here?
I do. I think that because it's definitely set up. I don't think that it has the nihilism. Like it's definitely got like the dark dystopia kind of feel in its aesthetic, but Dorothy is hopeful. Like the whole reason, like she's initially told by her uncle, like she's not allowed to go on this, and she effectively goes, "I don't know why you're trying to fight me. I'm going to go do this regardless of what you say. I'm going to go find my dad."
Mm-hmm.
At the heart of this is a story about a girl trying to reunite with her father. And I think that we're going to get that. I genuinely do. It's set up that way. I do think that there is, your classic hero's journey kind of deal here with Dorothy at the focal point. It's a new take on a story that has been done every way till Sunday, and it does so. It does so in a way that does feel fresh and unique, and it's very clear that the writer cares, and it shows through in how he writes the story. It shows through in how Eric panels it out and does the visual storytelling, and the designs are all really great. This is a product of love, and it comes through in every way. I genuinely recommend this book. It's way more than I was expecting from it. As I said, I'm not huge on Wizard of Oz spinoffs and reworkings. I completely get why people do them. It's a very popular story. Crazy Mad has joined the chat. Hello, Crazy Mad. I completely get why people do them, but they're ultimately just not really for me. The only reason why I really gave this a shot was because I really liked the design of Scarecrow. And this over delivered on its promise. Like I was, as I said, I had very little expectations getting into this book. I didn't expect it to be bad. I didn't expect it to be good. I was here for it. And they definitely won me over. I will be getting a hold of the next book. Absolutely. I would rate this.
And it'll finally have Scarecrow.
Yeah, and it will finally have Scarecrow. The next book will very heavily introduce those characters. I'm very excited to see how they interact with Dorothy and see what their personalities are like and everything. I wonder how they are going to do the I need a brain aspect, because that's always an interesting one to see translated, where it's like you have to showcase, especially in this, like you're showcasing that this character has a certain level of competence. So what's it mean that he needs his brain? Like obviously the creators have been pretty good about sticking to the motifs and tropes from the original Wizard of Oz and putting their own spin on them. So how are we going to see Scarecrow develop his I need a brain? What is that going to be in this universe? And how is that going to affect how they're written and how they act? Pixel Trader saying maybe he needs a firmware update. Maybe. Who knows? Again, like we're not going to know until the second Battlebrick Road comes out. And
He's the
for
old
what it's
model.
worth,
He needs an upgrade.
But for what it's worth, I think that is a very good book. All in all, I would give Battlebrick Road a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a solid read. I enjoyed it. You know, I think I finished it in 45 minutes for my first read.
Wow.
Which is like my pleasure read. And it was good. So I do recommend it. I really enjoyed it, and it was very nice because I right after that I got a whole bunch of books that I was not too crazy about. And poor buddy has had to hear me bitch about them for the past week.
Yes, original hate.
We will get there. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up what I have to say about Battlebrick Road. Now, at this point in time, freaking Neff's in the chat. Sorry, I've been not listening. Thanks, Neff. Thanks for hanging. And we've got DWAG is chatting with everybody down there. And, as I said, Crazy Mads joined us. So this is the point of the stream where I'm going to go to our previous brews and reviews, and we're going to see if anybody's left any reviews of Company Men. And if somebody's left a review of Company Men, then we will pull it up and we will talk about it. And otherwise, it's going to be that time of the stream. This is there wasn't a lot for me to say about this in terms of what I would improve. I felt that the story was well paced. I felt the characters were well built. I felt that there was a genuine love for the source material that comes through in this. I felt that it is a genuinely unique take. We've got Hojo just came in. Crazy Mad says, I came in late. Tell me again. Goodness gracious. I've got to save my voice. I got another stream right after this.
The book came in before he got a bunch of books that he disliked. He gives it a 4 out of 5 because he felt that it was, he didn't expect that it was going to be amazing, and he was wowed by it. He read it in one sitting, 45 minutes. He actually loved it.
Oh, goodness. That's okay. I'll get you back for that next time on your channel, buddy. It's all good. Hey, Neff, you got that picture frame yet? You know what I'm talking about. So let's see. So we're going to go to...
He says no.
Damn it. It's been months. All right. So we do not have any comments on the prior stream giving their review of Company Men. So I can't really do the feedback review.
Yeah, Warren, he says he really liked it. I didn't. I did not back it. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm more into the writing thing. We've talked about that before. Had it been more well marketed that someone else wrote it, someone whose other writing I enjoy, I would have purchased this. But it was billed as Eric Weathers, and I didn't see that he knew anything about storytelling.
Neff saying that Worth Every Penny for Girl really liked it, talking about Battlebrick Road. Yeah, no, I was not expecting anything, whether good or bad, with this book, and I walked away with this being probably one of my favorite books I've read this year so far. It's very good. I had a very good time with it, and there is a genuine amount of care put into the storytelling here. I do highly recommend it. I don't know if Weathers has closed it down. I know he was looking to. I was going to try and do this back when I knew it was live, but I had some personal things come up and I couldn't do the stream. Um, I didn't have the emotional or physical energy to come on and talk, and so I took the time off. Um, but it's a very good book. If it is still live, I highly recommend going and purchasing it, or at least reaching out to Eric if you follow him on Twitter to see if you can't get a copy, because I'm sure that
Well, I know
he'd be
it's.
willing.
I saw it today. It was still in demand, so you can still get some.
Okay, good, good. So then it's still up there. Here, you know what? We'll even pull it up. Um, so
Yeah.
Brick
See, there's
Road.
pixel trade right there. He's 400 away from 100K. So
Yeah, absolutely. Like, please help this. He's got 5 days left, and they're $400 away from 100K. I'm pulling up their campaign right now. It's $305 away. Either way, they're so close. This book absolutely deserves to get 100K. The base tier is $25 to get the either cover, either the Kenneth Rocafort or Battle Brick Road main cover, or you can get the both covers plus the supplemental book, uh, Zephyr, which I just got like the base book because, as I said, going into this, I was, I wasn't really expecting much. I literally only got it because I thought that, Scarecrow looked badass, and I mean, it's Rocafort doing a cover. It's gorgeous. But it was absolutely worth the money that I spent on it. There's still some original pieces from that. You can also do a single character commission for 400, which no one has claimed. That's surprising because the art in this book is very strong. Eric does a very good job and showcases that he's way more than just a letterer. Um, he is like this is very competent art. I really really liked how everything looked in here, and the visual storytelling was really good. It wasn't that I expected little from Eric Weathers. I didn't expect anything because I'm not a huge
he
Wizard of
didn't
Oz.
expect to like it because he didn't like the general material that it's based on.
Like I do like Wizard of Oz. I just don't like it has been rehashed and redone so many times that it's like, especially when this launched, I think that, there was a Kickstarter for Cthulhu Invades Oz. There was like two or three other Wizard of Oz books. It was just, there was a lot of Wizard of Oz. And so it was just one of those things where this one stood out. If this is going to
He
become a thing,
hates Eric.
Ogden hates Eric, hashtag confirmed.
Oh God,
Absolutely.
this is gonna be a
Cut.
hashtag now.
Yeah, Eric Weathers needs to cut his WWE promo, I guess. Um, but like, yeah, no, I was really impressed with this book. I like the art, the interior art already looked really good. But as I said, I mainly backed for the concept of Scarecrow. I really liked how that character looked. I liked
I mean, I
the
know they're
very.
joking around, but I think it's the biggest compliment to say, hey, I came into this and
I,
wasn't expecting anything, and I came out loving it.
yeah, like I genuinely felt that this was just a fantastic book, and I've recommended it to at least three or four of my friends that have been trying to get into the indie comic scene and have been asking, what's a good book to start with, and I think that this is one of the better offerings that we have. I genuinely stand by that. um, This one had robots, mutant monkeys, and super soldiers. Odin hates Eric. Okay. Whatever. Oh, geez. This is going to get shared around with these hashtags, and it's going to be. I don't believe that I can make that. Like, obviously, from an objective standpoint, it is very hard for me to say that. I honestly wouldn't compare either of these books to one another. They're very different. Um, Stylistically, tonally, they have different messages. They're trying to say different things. I mean, I guess there is the reuniting with the father aspect that they have in common. And this one is going to have like a much more, I guess would like a happier ending once it gets there. I think like there is going to come a point where she does get to reunite with her dad, and it's going to be an actually reuniting where they can potentially have some sort of a future together. Oh my god,
This is horrible.
oh goodness, DWAG, you can make that happen. I want to see EW splort all over Odin's face. Jesus. Crazy Mad, it's longer than the Embrace for sure. It is. No, like the Embrace was a shorter book. I do my best, but it hates Les Staples.
Okay.
He's talking about Battlebrick Road because my book is the base book is saddle stitch, so it's got staples. I do not hate Eric Weathers. Just because. Okay. Anyways, Eric Weathers is credited with having invented the sound effects splort. That's right. I forgot about that.
You know what? I think if if SPQR gets to 10K, then or 15K, we'll say, then you can open up an altar for Eric Weathers as a stretch goal.
open an apology altar for Eric Weathers,
but only at 15K.
Only at 15K.
Yeah. Better get by an SPQR, guys. I'm just saying.
Right? Oh goodness. But yeah. As I said, we don't really have, as I said, there is no reviews for Company Men on the last video, so I can't go through the audience reviews on that. I do actually really like that segment. So as a reminder, when we do our next show, if you leave your review for Battlebrick Road on this video, we will pull it up at the end of the next episode, and we will go through it. We will read it live. And have like a little discussion about it, because like that's the fun thing. That's what we're here to do, is engage with the community and get all around feedback. Because just because I enjoyed something or just because Buddy enjoyed it doesn't mean that anyone out that other people will or won't. So it's always really fun to have this kind of discourse. It really opens that up. So please be sure to, if you're watching this, please be sure to leave your review for Battlebrick Road after you've read it. Eric Weathers is in the chat. Eric, do not listen to these guys. I do not hate you. I think that you are very talented. And all I said was that I went into buying this with really only like
what is he, Candyman? Did we say his name?
Yeah, I know, right?
Popped up in here?
You say Eric Weathers enough times and he just pops up. But like, I bought this book solely for the concept of Scarecrow. I thought that he looked really cool, but I'm not really huge into Wizard of Oz. And you guys completely blew me out of the water. I got this book. I read it in 45 minutes for my first read before doing my deep dive, which is like my pleasure read. And I had a blast. I thought that this was one of the better books that I have read from Indie and CG. I give it a 4 out of 5. You guys did great work. So that's my overall assessment. And they're going to keep going over there in the chat. I hope everybody had a good time. Thanks for everyone for coming out. Especially thank you to Eric Weathers for coming out and, Odin hates the Wizard of Oz confirmed. Okay, whatever. Anyways,
give you the 5th star.
Like I thought I do think this is a great book. Please make sure that you guys leave your reviews in the comment section, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Brews and Reviews. I'm trying to do these every Friday at 2 p.m. Sometimes I might have to do them a little bit earlier, depending on if work has me coming in, because Friday's an on-call day for me right now. So I will keep you guys up to date.
And next week is Original Hate, right?
The next one will be Original Hate, and you guys will get to hear me scathe about that, where where I was
we'll be in the
you'll be in the
comments.
comments. Don't worry, I'm sure you will. It's just going to be Odin hates Eric Weathers, which isn't even remotely true. But you guys have a fantastic afternoon. I'm sorry, Aardvark just came into the chat. Thanks so much for popping in. We're at 45 minutes, and I got another show here at 3. It's going to be a long day for me because we've got closeout of SPQR here tonight.
Get in line behind Bancroft, Eric says.
Oh, does Bancroft hate original hate too? Did he get it?
I think he's talking about like he hates Eric Weathers, so he's like, get behind
Oh,
Bancroft.
okay. That's okay. Fair enough. Ted Lehman says we love Eric, not sold on Odin. That's more than fair. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next week to talk about original hate. And yeah, have a good one.